So you've been thinking about switching over to eXp Realty, and you've heard a lot of stuff about it, and you're kind of wondering, is it as good as it sounds, or are you just gonna drink the Kool-Aid and find out afterwards that it's all a sham? Well, this is the exact same thing I thought to myself when I had first heard about eXp 4 years ago, and guess what? 4 years later, I'm still here. And so there's something to be said about that. So today, I'm gonna go over why I joined, why I stayed, and why I think you should join too. I'm Adrienne Carlton with eXp Realty, and you are watching YEG Cribs.
Here we go.
Back in 2017, I had been presented with this new business model, eXp Realty. In Edmonton, Alberta, where I'm from, there was one other agent that was with eXp. One of my friends was joining and his friend was joining, and so there was a small handful of us that said, you know what? There is something about this business model that we just think is gonna explode. And so we took the leap. After hearing about this model and there being no other agents in town, we were the first ones to join up. I had concerns. This is a new brokerage. It seems to be offering a lot. Are they actually going to follow through? Sure, I heard about this whole revenue share idea and I thought, hey, that sounds really cool. But I didn't actually think that I would make quite a bit of extra coin off of revenue shares. So it's just turned out to be a whole lot more than I ever expected it would be. Before I heard about eXp, I was at a brokerage. It was a successful brokerage, well-known company. We'll just leave it at that. And I didn't really have any problems with it. It was a good brokerage. But when I heard the eXp model and I saw that I had options to get shares just for doing a transaction, my first transaction of the year, or get more shares when I reached my commission cap, or if I'm a top producing agent, I would be able to get a stock award of up to $16,000 given back to me, which equaled the amount of fees I would pay to eXp that year. So all of these things combined, I just started to think to myself, like, why would I not go somewhere that has the potential to pay me more than I pay it? Entrepreneurially, I was also just really inspired because I started to see a vision for more than just selling real estate. I started to see options where I could have multiple streams of income coming in, and for real, I'm a hustler, so that really appealed to me. I was like, you mean I can make money here, 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 and here? Sign me up. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Why should you join eXp Realty? Today, eXp is the fastest growing brokerage in the world. The number of agents at eXp has grown by 50% in the last year alone, reaching over 80,000 members globally. Let's talk about agent ownership. Normally in a traditional brokerage, the brokerage is owned by the broker, and the broker possibly gets shares in the company. For example, RE/MAX brokers get stocks in RE/MAX. The agents don't get stock typically. So the founder of eXp decided he wanted to create a business model where the agents actually had ownership. The agents are the ones doing all the heavy lifting, so he gave them the opportunity to have ownership in the company. So now we have a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ that agents can have ownership in. A big incentive for people to join eXp is that they are awarded stock for certain production levels. So at the beginning of every year from when you join, the first deal of the year, you're awarded stocks. Every time an agent reaches their commission cap, they're also awarded shares. When you introduce someone to eXp Realty and they join, you also get shares. And lastly, my favorite one is when you reach icon status. When you reach your commission cap plus 20 more transactions, you are awarded the Icon Award. And that is where you receive up to $16,000 worth of shares back into your pocket. Mwah! It's like getting all of your fees back. So with your stock awards, they're vested for 3 years. So this is kind of the cool thing is, like, I'll be real. I'm someone that I'll probably spend my money quicker if it's available to me. But eXp, they'll give you shares and they vest for 3 years. And guess what? they grow and increase in value. So I'll give you an example. When I first joined for the first deal of the year in 2017 or whatever it was, I was given 100 shares. And at $3 a share, that's not really that impressive. I was like, oh, cool, I got $300 worth of shares. Well, those were vested for 3 years. And when they vested, they were worth $7,000. Maybe that's not a big deal to you, but to me that was. I was like, oh, I left 100 shares that I didn't have to pay for. It was an award for doing my job, and it was $7,000 in 3 years. So stock awards, they're great. Agent equity. This one is just, it has been life-changing for me. So when I first joined, I started to purchase stock at a discount by having 5% of each check go towards purchasing that stock. You set that up through eXp and it just automatically comes off. It's super easy. So when I joined, shares were at $3 a share, and then they started to go up, of course, over time. Last year, they were at like $60 a share, and I was like, holy smokes, after 3 to 4 years of having money come off of each check. I didn't realize how much I actually had in the bank, but it was quite a bit in my shares. So I cashed some of those shares. Me and my husband, we bought our dream home in an area that when I first started in real estate, I remember this area and just thinking like, I would love to live there one day, but I didn't actually think I ever would. I had little faith, but my faith has grown now. And honestly, those shares and having that come off my check automatically and having agent equity was life-changing for me. We bought our dream home, and again, it was all just from selling real estate and it coming off of each check, and one day realizing how much I had accumulated. It's pretty sweet. When you work with eXp, you work at a cloud-based brokerage, which means you can do business all online through the cloud. You do not need a physical location. So as the world changes and shifts and we start to want to do business, whether it's on vacation or at home, you're not paying into a brick and mortar location. You have all your tools and technology available to you through eXp and through the cloud. So when we're not paying for brick and mortar buildings, we actually keep more money within the company and more money back in the agent's pockets. Warren Buffett says that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. At eXp Realty, agents are offered multiple streams of income, and revenue share is a huge component of that. This is one of the portions of eXp that has a slight stigma to it, and it is unfortunate because there's so much opportunity with it, but there are agents out there that give it a bad name and they kind of approach it like a slimy salesperson and give it that pyramid scheme vibe. They want people to join up under them so that they can make money and sit on the beach and sip pina coladas and enjoy early retirement. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds pretty good. But the reality is if you are not offering value for something, you should not be getting any return. So let me ease your concerns a little bit. Over 2/3 of agents at eXp are not actively trying to bring people into the company. eXp is not a pyramid scheme, and you do not have to bring people into the company in order to be successful or in order to take advantage of what eXp has to offer. There are plenty of ways that eXp agents benefit that has nothing to do with revenue share, and they are making lots of money and they're sticking around with the brokerage. So now that we've got that out of the way, what is revenue share? When you introduce an agent to eXp Realty, the company pays you a revenue share based on the portion of the fees that the agent has paid into the company. Because eXp is a cloud-based brokerage and not a typical brick and mortar, there are a ton of cost savings involved. These cost savings have been given back to the agents by providing an incentive for growing the brokerage. Some of the reasons why agents struggle at eXp or other brokerages is because they don't have the necessary support network to ensure success. Now, revenue share, when used correctly, essentially creates a you win, I win mentality within the culture. At other brokerages, you might have a mentor that helps you along the way. But let me ask you this. Is it really in their best interest to share their secrets of success with you? Maybe some of them. But think about this. If you join under a sponsor at eXp, they actually want you to succeed because if you win, they win. They're more incentivized to share their secrets with you. Suddenly, what was once a competitive dog-eat-dog world has now transformed into a culture of real estate agents that actually support each other. What? You mean there's actually a culture of real estate agents that don't just want to step on each other to get to the top? This is the kind of culture that eXp produces, is agents that kind of help each other along. So because the company compensates you, you're actually motivated to refer agents to the company. You'll be motivated to help them succeed. In the end, the brokerage grows, stock prices increase, and it all comes back full circle and increases the value of our individual businesses within the brokerage. To me, building a revenue share group is akin to building a team, a support network that is all about inspiring and growing together. An example of this on a company-wide scale would be our conferences with workshops taught by some of the biggest names in the industry, sharing their own secrets to success. They want you to win because of how it all comes back to helping eXp grow. Another great thing that eXp offers is KVCore. eXp Realty offers KVCore in their tech package. This is an amazing opportunity to get KVCore at a discounted price. When normally it would cost a few $100s a month, you're paying much less at eXp. And it's an all-in-one solution for real estate agents, from their CRM to their website, with lead generation that has automated systems. In real estate, we all know that the name of the game is to bring in more leads. More leads means more sales. And so that's what KVCore offers you. You've got landing pages, squeeze pages, lead capture, all of these tools to bring in more leads. It's honestly such an incredible tool to have at your fingertips to build your business. Another benefit to working with eXp is you get to build your own brand. We are moving into an era in real estate where agents are wanting to brand themselves. It's not so much about branding your brokerage name. We want to be able to have our own brand that represents us and what we offer. And at eXp, this is one of the things that I love about it, is they support that. They say, hey, you want to brand yourself? Go ahead, put your name on your sign with your logo. eXp just has to be on there somewhere. Of course, you have to follow your compliance guidelines from your local board, but they are very supportive of agents wanting to brand themselves, whereas at other brokerages, there's actually rules that you can't have your brand on a sign with that brokerage brand. Their brand has to be the prominent one. In business, we all know that it's important to set yourself apart from the crowd so that you can stand out, and that's what building a personal brand is all about. So when you have a brokerage that supports you in that and encourages you to do that, then you're able to begin to build something that helps you stand out. So then you're no longer just building someone else's brokerage name and making their name more prominent and their name bigger, but you're actually building your own brand. And that, in my opinion, is what it's all about. So these are some of the reasons why I joined eXp Realty. These might appeal to you, they might not, but I can say this, that after being at 2 brokerages previously to eXp, I've stayed now with eXp for 4.5 years, and I have not looked back. In fact, I'm more excited and inspired for the future than I ever have been with business. So if you have any questions or comments about anything I shared today, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you liked the video, please hit the like button below, share it with a friend. And if you want to stay up to date with our latest content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.